Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 hit games 2CD collection. You can find a link in the video description listing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for week 241. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. First up, Zinfidel ZT has dug up DOSGAMES /PD1/Enigma 15. I'm gonna guess Enigma something. Only 22 files, so I didn't miss many there. Okay, so got a file ID.diz. You've got readme.executable and a couple others, like an episode 9 and episode 24. What? And also an HPLJ and a... Wait a minute. Okay, I got a bad feeling about this because EEP24, EEP9, HPLJ, and PS. EEP would be Epson, HPLJ would be Hewlett-Packard LaserJet, and PS would be... Actually, I'm not sure what that would be, but the point is that this seems like it's going to be some kind of printing program, which might not work well for us. So let's see, type file id.diz, Enigma Cross. Okay. Solve and construct real acrostic puzzles. Enigma Cross features a colorful mouse-driven graphical interface, animated selection buttons, on-screen help and sound effects. Puzzle can be printed out in a variety of styles with standard acrostic numbering added automatically. This package includes 8 professionally made acrostics. I don't actually know what it means by an acrostic puzzle, but I'm going to guess as soon as I see it, I probably will understand it. There is a setup.bat. Let's see what that does. Or actually, wait. Always want to type the contents of a batch file before you... Oh, that's going to have a lot of things, isn't it? Well, that's weird. It says to type Enigmax to run, but I don't think there was... Oh no, there is an Enigmax.exe. Okay. Let's actually edit the setup.bat directly. Tells you to select your printer. Okay, PS just stands for PostScript compatible printer. Okay, so that just sets what kind of printer to use. So hopefully we don't have to worry about that. And also, let's just take a quick look at the readme first. So this is actually a really long document file here with all the details about this program. But near the end here, we actually have the registration details. Apparently the author, one Sam Bellotto Jr., wants $25 for this. So let's see if it actually does what it's supposed to. Although I've got a funny feeling that might have to run that setup thing, but we'll see. Okay, so we got Shareware notice screen, heading key to continue, and there we go. I think we're in 640 by 350, maybe? Might be 640 by 480, but not entirely certain. Anyways, so we got new, quit, and construct, and not a lot else going on. I guess new? Okay, so I guess these are the ones it comes up with, or has built in. I thought it said 8, it just looks like 7. Well, let's go for dessert. Okay, so we've got... It almost looks like a crossword, but it clearly is not quite a crossword. Oh no, wait a minute. Let's, what is actually supposed to go in here? Like, what other information do we have here? Oh. That was an interesting noise. Okay, so that's for printing. Okay, so that actually does show what's supposed to be on here. And apparently it says like O'Donnell's restaurant menu. And then we just have a bunch of words here. Okay, I think I have a general idea of how this puzzle's supposed to work. Except, well, I mean, think about this for a second here. It's showing like chocolate, raspberry, volcano. This one will register a 10 on your taste buds. Delicious brownie torte with cheesecake mousse poured on top, followed by brownie chunks, walnuts, and raspberry sauce. Enjoy. Okay, so that's a whole lot of words in a sort of sequence that's going from left to right and then top to bottom. So verticality doesn't seem to matter here. Oh wait, hang on here. So if I actually click on one of these, it says Chinese fruit with a brittle shell and sweet pulp. And it's supposed to be 6 letters long. And whatever letters I happen to type in, you'll notice they go in various spots in the puzzle. So I think I see what's going on now. So even though this puzzle up here doesn't really have a lot to go on, like you can't really solve this that easily. This is just basically one long sentence that's been scrolled down like this. But the thing is that each one of these letters here, which forms the subject of the puzzle, has a hint associated with it. And then if you get that word right, those letters down there that go in here are assigned to specific spots on the board. That's actually kind of interesting, but one thing that's definitely doesn't work well for trying to solve it in the program here is that you can only see one letter at a time, one clue at a time. So this one says uncertain, not clear. Well, I guess, like, what could that be? Like, unclear? Like, unclear fits. Okay, this one I definitely know. This would be a backpack. And so that put a whole bunch of letters on the board. And we also see that one of those letters corresponded to the spot in the puzzle. Okay, so a lot of these clues are actually really challenging. Like, monastery heads, like, what's that supposed to be? It could be, I have no idea. Like this one here says area or plot of land, and the 2 words I can think of that might be are parcel, which doesn't fit, or property, which is too big. So, yeah, these are hard. Like, I mean, look at some of these hints. Chekhov play from 1897, 2 words? Or I think there was another tricky one here. Oldest, wisest Greek in Trojan War. English physicist from 1642 to 1727. These are very challenging hints here. Like, this was the only one I had any kind of clue at. And I guess the idea is that as you put these things in here, and you start to reveal some of these, and that sort of helps you figure out, like, what other letters might be associated here. But like one thing I don't like here is that when you click on this and you're seeing the letters here that are on the board, it's not showing you where those associations are on the board. So like, I mean, until you put those letters in, you don't know where they would actually end up. Like if I click just here, and I've got 6 characters to put in, well the thing is, I don't know where those 6 characters are going to go on the board, so it really doesn't help me in terms of feedback, in terms of how those letters should be assigned. I mean, think about this. If I knew, like, because I can click on this to see what the actual result is, right? So that was weird. So we know that this down here, this word right here is sauce, right? Well, if I knew that, and I knew that one of those letters went into one of these hints, I wouldn't be able to actually maybe I can. Okay, so if you do type them in up here, then it highlights where they got put. Interesting. So it's not completely bad about that, but the thing is that it really needs like better association between the two so that you can visually see what's going on. You know, it's kind of too bad the print function isn't going to work for us, because those associations I was talking about just now, you would have to have that on a printed copy. So I imagine a printed copy working from that would probably be easier than trying to do it through this program here. Anyways, that was Enigmax. It's an interesting concept for a puzzle. Again, I think this would work better in a printed form or with better association between what's in the main board and what's down here in terms of being able to see all the hints as well. But, you know, it's interesting. Would I have paid $25 for something like this? Only if I really enjoyed these kinds of puzzles. Otherwise, probably not worth that. Next up, we have a team dig from The Great Codeholio and Cleverly Blonde, DOSGAMES /adventure /MACTEXT. So I'm kind of thinking maybe some kind of Macintosh-based text adventure that's been ported over to DOS for whatever reason. Maybe? I don't know. All we have are 3 executable files, though. We got a Mac order, a macrodem, or something like that, and a text add. Well, let's see what we got here. So Mac order. So Macroware software registration order form. Okay. So you want to print a copy of this form? No. Okay, so and then macrodem. Okay, so Macroware software. Distribute anything, executive distributor, programmer, producer. Okay, so this is basically just a thing about ordering software from Macroware? You want to view the registration form? No, because we just did. And then what about this text add thing? Injun, Bones and the Lost Crusades, a cute little text adventure game produced by Macroware Software. Okay, I was a bit worried here for a moment that this was just going to be like some registration stuff for a particular shareware distributor or something, and that there wouldn't actually be a game here. But no, we do actually have a game here. So anyways, room number 1, you see a bomb. Pick up the bomb? Sure. You pick up the bomb and it explodes in your face, your brains ooze out your nose, and you die. Well, that was a fast game. Okay, so this time we're not going to pick up the bomb. You go to the next room. You see a frog. Feed the frog. Sure. You feed the frog a fly with sulfuric acid on it. The frog blows up and his intestines go everywhere. You pick up his liver and put it in your pocket to use later. What the freaking heck? Room number 3. You see a hungry lion. Feed the lion your frog liver. Sure. You feed the lion your frog liver, he eats it, and the sulfuric acid in it blows him up like guts fly everywhere. This is weird. And this time it didn't clear the screen. Room number 4, you see Injun Bones. Injun Bones asks if he can eat your tendons. Let him eat your tendons. No. It kills you, rips out your tendons, and eats them anyways. Okay. Okay, so no to the bomb, yes to the frog, yes to the lion, and now yes to him. Injun Bones joyously rips the tendons out of your legs and arms and eats them. He gives you $1 million and you're a millionaire for the rest of your life. You won. Well, that was a short game. Next up, Saint of Streets has dug up WINGAMES /WC /GONCRAZ. I'm gonna guess that this game is called Gone Crazy, cause that just seems like it would be called. Gone Craze, like, yeah. Where is that? Right here. So we got an order, a text, order.write, and a readme. So welcome to Gone Crazy, the new game from Jonco. Yep, got that right. Copyright spelled wrong, 1994 by John Rainberg. Gone Crazy, you must click on people before they get to you, so you can shoot them out. There is all the help you will need located within the game. Okay, to the point. If by any chance you get an error, consult the section below in terms of VB Run 300, make sure you have enough memory. And for any help, contact him, and he wants $15? Okay then. $15 to order this game that apparently is very simple, that we don't need to worry about things. Okay, Gone Craze, and there we go. So it actually filled the screen even though it's only using like the 640 by 480 portion. So that's kind of interesting. The program is registered to unregistered, $15 to register. Okay. So we've got a circle with a little section blacked out for whatever reason. Psychiatrist's lesson and how to play. Okay. So let's see the how to play first. The point of Gone Crazy is for you, Bill, to shut out all the people you see and not let them get to you. See Psychiatrist's lesson. The main game screen is shaped like an eye with you watching out of it. Seeing your colleagues. Pause, press F2, unpause F3, quit as F8. Or Alt F4, like virtually every other program. How to play. To shut out people and not let them get to you, you must click on them the second you see them. If you miss them, however, you will lose a point. So this is basically just a click everything game. Okay. And then we've got this psychiatrist lesson thing. Okay, I got a funny feeling this is going to be a little ridiculous. And now, Bill, it's time for the lesson of the day. As you have probably noticed, you are suffering from a delusion where you think everybody is bad. Yes, you hate everybody, even me, and you know it. Now, I have tried to treat you for the past 6 months, but it has done nothing. I have been noticing that you are beginning to suffer from violent outbursts, but I am afraid that, in the future, you might, God forbid, kill somebody. Now, to prevent that from happening, I will subscribe? Is that a word? Okay, I will subscribe for you a prescription that costs nothing, yet is very hard to achieve. Remember, this is our last resort, and you must try. My idea is this: whenever you see anyone that you feel hatred towards, your dad, friends, boss, you should shut them out. This may prove worthwhile. Every time they get to you, though, you will have taken one step back in the process. Good luck. Oh, by the way, my secretary will send you today's bill, $100. Thank you. Okay. I guess we start. Okay, so whoa, this is going really fast, and we don't have a score counter. Also, who are these people? Like, got like a dog, a guy with a top hat. Yeah, this is very bizarre. Also, it's very weird that the cursor changes into a crosshair for some of these, but not all of them. Okay, so that paused it. So people shut out, 47. People got to you, 100. And is that it? Does this just go on forever? Yeah, this just kind of goes on forever. Like, I mean, so that's another game today that seems to be incredibly overpriced for what it actually is. Like, think about this for a second here. If we look at the ordering information, this guy wants $15 for a game whose entire purpose is to just click on a series of 6 different heads that pop in and out of existence, which doesn't even show you your score on the screen actively. You have to pause the game to actually look at your score, and it's not even an actual score. It's just basically a count as to how many you hit and how many you missed. It's like, this is the bare basics of a game, and they want $15 for it. So yeah, that was Gone Crazy, a metaphor for what would probably happen to you if you spent $15 on this. Oh, apparently the game does have an ending to it. Basically, once you fail to shut out 150 people, the game's over. And insta-quits, because that's what all good games do. Hey. And our last take for today from Paul Cheer is WINGAMES /GG/Montana. This is either going to be a play on words or something to do with the state of Montana. And either way, here we go. So we got a text file. Montana Solitaire for Windows is an easier or as challenging as you want to make it. All 52 cards are dealt face up into 4 rows. Then the aces are removed. Your mission is to arrange the cards in order by suit in the fewest number of moves and shuffles. Okay. Apparently this program was made by a Steve Schroedel? That is a very difficult to pronounce name. Okay, and let's see if we can find the ordering information, see if this thing's overpriced as well. Okay, registration. Try the game for a few weeks, decide keep it, send $10. Okay, so if this is a decent solitaire game, then $10 is a fair price. So at least we'll have something on the show that isn't overpriced. Oh, it just removed the aces. Okay, so does it maximize? Nope. Well, sort of. It spaced things out vertically nicely, but it didn't space them out horizontally, so it like semi-maximized. If that's even a thing. Although it does have some different card options here. If I hit big cards, okay, and if I maximize this, okay, so I guess maximizing does sort of work, because big cards is basically using the default, or wait, no. I was about to say these look like these are the default cards that you typically find in all Windows card games. But take a look at this. All the hearts and diamonds have a red border around them. That's not normal in the typical card graphics. And also it only applies to the numbers. Like the King of Hearts has a black outline, the Queen of Hearts has a black outline. Huh, that's kind of weird. Well, there's also an alternate here, which is, oh wow. I guess this is okay if suits don't matter. If suits matter, then this is a horrible way of going about it. Okay, and apparently the way the rules work here is that you have to move cards into the empty spaces, but the card that you move has to be, it says here, only one card will move to a given space, the next higher card of the same suit as the card to the left of the space. So it has to be the same suit as the card to the left, and it also has to be the next higher card. So based on that, like, we can see like we've got a 10 of hearts here. So we would have to move the Jack of Hearts, wherever that happens to be. It's got to be somewhere. There it is. So this, oh, it automatically moves it if you can. Okay, so you just click on the cards to move and it will automatically do it if it's possible. Okay, and then 2s go at the very start of each one of these rows. So, it's kind of an interesting way of doing things here. So I guess the question is, which 2 should I move? Because we've got an open spot to do it. Like this one would open up to Jack here. The problem is that there's not really anything. I don't want to put myself into a position where I have an empty hole that I can't do anything with, because the kings have to show up at the end. Nothing can go immediately left of the kings. So, like, I mean, ideally I'd want to get to this 2 here. But that would require moving this 9. It would require getting to this 8. Or no, it would require getting to the, well yeah, getting to the 8. Which means I'd have to move the 8 of diamond. This is kind of weird, trying to think through the logic of how to actually achieve any goals here. Well, actually, taking a look at what's going on here, because I've got a couple spaces freed up here. If I move the queen, that frees up this 3, which allows me to move this 4, which now allows me to move another one of the 2s. And I think the 2 I want to move is this one. And then from there, we've got this 3 of diamonds here. The only way to move the 3 of diamonds would be if I had access to the 2 of diamonds, but I'd have to move that 9, and yeah, it's not going to let me, because I would need an 8 of spades free. And I can't move this 5 of spades out of the way to do that, at least not yet. Well, I guess moving the kings isn't really that big a deal, because eventually you can start moving the things behind it, and then end up moving the kings again anyways. It's just, if I was to move this 8 of diamonds now, well, I can't at the moment, but if I were to, then there'd be a hole here that I wouldn't be able to put anything in. Okay, so I got to a state where I can move this 5 of spades. And then that in turn gives me a chance to move this 9. And that allows me to move this 3 of diamonds. And now the question is, do I want to move the 2 of spades or the 2 of diamonds? So yeah, so what just happened here is I actually have 2 spots that are beyond a king now that I can't really do anything with. So that's really limiting what my options are in terms of moves. Okay, I actually got a space in front of the 9 of hearts here. So that'll allow me to start moving some other things around so that they're in a more final position. But yeah, this is definitely proving to be quite challenging here. So yeah, I just entered a situation where I literally cannot make a move, because the only holes that are available to put cards into have kings on the left. So as far as I could on that one shuffle, so that's definitely an interesting kind of solitaire game. I don't think I've actually played one that's like this before. This is actually not that bad. So, the guy wanted $10 for it, plays fine, so Montana Solitaire. Definitely worth a try. And simple enough rules, you could probably just play it yourself with a deck of cards.